And we are live back for episode 24 of World Cup Qualifiers Daily with your boy Dominic Rich. And it was a big day of World Cup qualifiers, man. Sunday the 14th of November. Wow. Absolute wow. Spain qualified, Croatia qualified, Serbia qualified. We had Ghana going into the third round of African qualifiers as well. And we had North Macedonia qualifying for the playoffs. And for now, that's all I could remember. It was a hell of a day in terms of World Cup qualifiers. And, you know, too much to digest, man. It's all too much. It's all too much. Big up to Dave Valensky in the house. How are you feeling, Dave? Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, man, Serbia. That was amazing what Serbia did, man. And I like that. I like that a team that I didn't predict to qualify actually did so directly. So big up to Serbia one time before we even get into this content today. But we won't be delaying because it's late. I have work in the morning as well. But I just had to, guys. I just had to finish this thing off in terms of rounding up what happened on the 14th of November, 2021. Big Sunday, Super Sunday, man, where I did 2 live stream watch-alongs, and I'm still back to do my daily World Cup qualifiers. And I've dropped tons of clips on the channel, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't yet done so. We'll definitely appreciate that. So big up to my boy Christopher Hallgren, man, and big ups to you, our boy Dom. Already 8 likes, smash the thumbs up button. Yeah, man, hard luck to Sweden. You guys played too much games there and you paid the price. Big up to AD. How are you feeling, AD? And once again, Dave Valensky in the house. Guys, if you're in here, make sure you comment, you say what's up, and don't be shy, all right? So let's do this, man. Let us do this. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to get into those games right about now. So with that being said, guys, let's start things off with Africa, right? I also made predictions for AFC and CONCACAF, so I will be just giving you a quick update of what those predictions were. And I have predictions for CONMEBOL coming up Tuesday. I'm doing it early. And we have predictions for the UEFA matches coming up tomorrow. And to recap the big games that went on today. I know it's already Monday for some of you guys, but for me, it is still Super Sunday. And I had a super day. And we're going to just finish it off. We're going to land the plane on Super Sunday with this roundup. Once again, guys, I don't plan to be super long, maybe an hour and a half tops. If I get it done within an hour, that will be absolutely great. So without further ado, let's get into proceedings. Let us start with the games from Africa here. And we had games from groups E, G, H, and J. And we know some more teams that have qualified for the third round there as well. So we're going to get into that. And you guys feel free to share your thoughts in the chat as well. So let's start with the games from Group E. Mali versus Uganda. Mali won, Uganda nil. Khalifa Koulibaly in the 18th minute. And Mali go unbeaten in the group, 16 points. They go through to the third round, while Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda misses out on World Cup 2022. Mali is still alive. It's not guaranteed that they will qualify, but they have a spot in the last 10 of African World Cup qualifiers. So big up to Mali. Well done. Well done. Let me make sure I come down to the proper screen here so you guys could see exactly what I'm talking about. So Mali 1, Uganda 0. The next game, Zimbabwe versus Ethiopia. 1-1 between Zimbabwe and Ethiopia. That game was a dead rubber, and we won't be getting too deep into that one. You see what I'm saying, guys? So Zimbabwe scored in the 39th minute. Mahachi, goalkeeping error. Yeah, Ethiopia famous for that. Them and Rwanda for these goalkeeping errors. But then Abu Bekir Nazir Ahmed equalized in the 86th minute. To my surprise, actually, So good on them to get a point and to finish off their World Cup qualifying campaign on a positive note. Ethiopia finished third with 5 points. Zimbabwe second with, last in the group, with 2 points. Which brings us to the next game, the big one, the huge one between Ghana and South Africa. Listen, this game left a bitter taste in my mouth because I don't like the way Ghana actually, qualified for the last round there. It was a very, very suspect penalty given by the referee, and he ought to be ashamed of himself. He definitely got to be ashamed of himself. But on the flip side, though, Andre Ayew did score the penalty in the 33rd minute. But on the flip side, I think Ghana overall were the better team on the day. They had 14 shots at goal, 4 on target. There was some big chances that was missed by the substitute that replaced, who did he replace again? Mohamed Kudus, I think he replaced. And that substitute is actually Daniel Kofi Kaire. He missed a great chance, and Jordan Ayew missed a great chance as well. They had the better of the opportunities. Kamaldeen Sulemania looked good on the day, and they were indeed the better team. And the goal was merited. It's just not how I don't like the way they got the goal. Because Daniel Amate, you're a freaking snake, you weasel. You didn't need to go down the way you go down, and you went down for absolutely nothing, in my opinion. Absolutely nothing. And I did predict a draw for this game, a 1-1 draw. It finished in a 1-0 win for Ghana. South Africa, in my opinion, they didn't threaten too much in the final third. Only 5 shots at goal, 2 on target. They did have a lot of the ball, 60%. You expect that when Ghana scored, they will go into their shell and try to hold what they have. But I'm really disappointed in the refereeing in Africa. And the fact that they don't have VAR, it makes it even worse. There's been some horrible refereeing decisions down in Africa, man. I'm telling you. And they got to fix that. And it's something that has historically plagued African football with some horrible decisions. Always there has to be something controversial over in Africa. But congratulations to Ghana nevertheless. They did what they had to do. And, they don't hold the whistle. You see what I'm saying? And they qualify for the last round. So that'll be it from Group G. We go on to Group H, where Senegal beat Congo. And that game finished in a 2-0 win for Senegal. Both goals were scored by Mr. Ismail Assar. He could have scored a hat-trick, but, he scored a brilliant goal from distance in the 13th minute and a tap-in the 23rd. He did get a 1v1 and screwed it up. So Senegal, how amazing. Finished 16 points as well on top of the table. Unbeaten in the group. They go on to the third round. They will be one of the seeded teams as they are the top team in Africa. Togo comes in second with 5 points. Namibia third with 5. And Congo at the bottom with 3. Which leaves us one more group to talk about from today's games. We did a watch along to this one as well. DR Congo 2, Benin 0. Listen, this is yet another. Listen, I predicted Benin to get something from this game and preserve their position up at the top of the table. But Benin, quite disappointing, and they were outplayed on the day. They like South Africa, did not create enough chances to actually warrant a place into the third round. So I have to give it to Congo DR. The Mercy Mbokani in the 10th minute. Player was held back. Dumb decision to hold the player back, but brilliant ball in by Arthur Masuaku. And then Ben Malango in the 75th minute put the final nail in Benin's coffin. They didn't play like the team that we saw all throughout the World Cup qualifiers. And they got themselves to blame. But Congo, congratulations to them. They did qualify in 1974 as the nation of Zaire. So they would want to make it back to the World Cup after a very, very long time. That is what, 26 and 22? That's 48 long years they will be from the World Cup if they do qualify next year for Qatar. So all the best to DR Congo. The odds would be stacked up against them as they would be one of the unseeded team coming up against a more powerful opposition in Africa. But we know Africa is very volatile, and anything, and I mean anything, can happen. All right? Do not bet your house on any of these teams. Just want to put it out there. Please do not do it. It's not recommended. So in the next game, we had Madagascar and Tanzania playing to a 1-1 draw. So Madagascar at home conceded in the 25th minute Simon Nsuva, but they equalized through Hakim Abdallah in the 74th minute. But Pascal Raza Kanan Tenaina was sent off in the 83rd minute. Madagascar held on for a 1-1 draw. DR Congo topped the group with 11 points. Benin with 10 in second. Tanzania third with 8 points. And Madagascar last with 4th. Tanzania had a glimpse into the next round. So did Benin. So did Congo. But Congo is the one that pushed aside everyone else to take that spot. So congratulations there to DR Congo. Look, we got games coming up tomorrow. I did make some predictions yesterday. So we have games from Group A. Let me just go down here and then we'll talk about the table briefly. We only got 4 games coming up. Niger versus Djibouti. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Niger. Thrilling stuff there. Group E, Kenya versus Rwanda. 2-1 to Kenya. Group H, Namibia versus Togo. I'm going for Namibia to win the game 2-0. Guinea-Bissau versus Sudan. Sudan to win the match. Well, Guinea-Bissau to win the match, pardon me. 3-1. Sides are going to be rotated. These are all dead rubbers, nothing to play for. Just pride and some youngsters, some, older statesmen will be given some opportunities in these games. So just to reiterate, we will have Super Tuesday, where we have some big games coming up on Tuesday, where those first 4 games are pretty much dead rubbers, as Egypt have qualified already. Mozambique, Malawi, dead rubber. Libya, Angola, dead rubber. Liberia, Central African Republic, dead rubber. But this is where it gets huge. Algeria versus Burkina Faso. All Burkina Faso needs to do is to win their game by any margin, and they're through. Algeria, remember back in 2014 when they used this format, qualified to the World Cup against Burkina Faso 3-3 on away goals rule. So Burkina Faso would want to get their revenge on Algeria. So this match is a huge one. Then we have Nigeria coming up against Cape Verde. This one is also a fight to the death, where Cape Verde wins, they go through. Nigeria, they only need a draw from that game. And you would fancy, Nigeria to get something from this. Definitely will. The Super Eagles will, fly in any weather right there. So Morocco versus Guinea, that's a dead rubber. Morocco through to the next round already. But Tunisia versus Zambia is a huge game, because if Zambia manages to, let's say, destroy Tunisia, then Zambia could actually get the spot if Mauritania does beat Equatorial Guinea. So these groups are set up really, really nice. We have Zambia with a +1 goal difference, Tunisia with a +7, Zambia with, let's say, they win by 4 goals. Matter of fact, 3 goals. 3-0. They go up to +4. Tunisia drop down to +4 as well. Zambia would be ahead of them on goals scored. They would depend on Mauritania to beat Equatorial Guinea. So it is possible, because you have Enoch Mwepu and, Fashan Sakala. You have Patson Daka and them guys for Zambia playing some good football. You never know what could happen. But Tunisia on the day could also get the job done. Equatorial Guinea, they're in a very good position, because let's say Tunisia and Zambia play to a draw. Equatorial Guinea beats Mauritania. Then it's Equatorial Guinea through to the next round. So that's pretty brilliant. And we will talk some more about these matches tomorrow and make the predictions. Cameroon versus Ivory Coast is also a big one. And, oh man, mouth-watering stuff here. With Cameroon play at home, Ivory Coast have the odds stacked up against them. All they need is a draw. So Africa is looking really, really tasty here. like a nice plate of food. I don't mean to remind you guys of food, you know what I mean? I know some of y'all might be hungry right about now. But let's take a look at what the groups look like. Let's go. Algeria, Burkina Faso, not yet secured in Group A. Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Zambia in Group B. Nigeria, Cape Verde. Group D, Ivory Coast, Cameroon. Those first 4 groups undecided. But Group E, Mali through. Group F, Egypt through. Group G, Ghana through. Group H, Senegal through. Group I, Morocco through. And Group J, Congo through. So 6 teams have booked their place into the final round. There's only 4 spots left. Who'll take them? We will find out on Tuesday. So that'll do it for Africa. And those are my thoughts. If you have any, let me know. So big up to Alejandro, Johnny Longs, Christopher Hallgren, AD, Sergeant of Steel, FBI agent, Jordan Brown. It's Eagle 30. Everybody in here right about now. Appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream. You guys are rather quiet though. Why are you so quiet? Talk to me. Talk to me. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you haven't yet done so. We'll definitely appreciate that. Let's try to get the stream up to 50 thumbs up. It's going to be a quick stream. It won't be here forever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got a lot of work to do, indeed. Got a lot of work to do. Got to get the work done. So, with that being said, guys, we are going to move right on. Let's move on. And let's briefly talk about CONCACAF because I made predictions already. The games are coming up on Tuesday. But let me just reiterate my predictions and let you know who I picked to win, draw, or lose. We're in the final round, octagonal. So we're going to talk CONCACAF briefly, all right? Not even going to spend 5 minutes on CONCACAF right now because we already did so last night. Jamaica versus USA. On U.S. soil, USA won 2-0. I'm going for them to win the match against Jamaica 2-1. It won't be a walk in the park, but I fancy the USA to get a win here. If they get any other result, I won't be surprised either because, you know, it's Greg Berhalter at the wheel, right? So anything could happen. He's definitely going to rotate his team. He might not risk Christian Pulisic. You know what I mean? Christian Pulisic is made of glass, so you don't know. The Jamaicans are pretty rough, and you don't want Christian Pulisic out until February next year. So 2-1 to the USA. Panama versus El Salvador. El Salvador won their game last time around, winning 1-0. I'm going for Panama to get their revenge. 2-1 for the Canal Boys. They did amazing against Honduras, coming from 2-0 down, being the first team ever on the road to come back from 2-0 down after 75 minutes. Absolute scenes there in San Pedro Sula. That isn't a fortress anymore for Honduras. It's very sad, but it is true. And I'm going for Panama to win the game against El Salvador. 2-1 in the Central American derby. Costa Rica versus Honduras. Another Central American derby here. The first match ended in a stalemate, a 0-0 draw. I'm going for another draw, this time 1-1, and that won't be a good result for neither of these teams, especially Honduras, where they might actually be doomed after this game. So we're into the last half of the octagonal, 7 games to go, and the table is already beginning to take shape. The big one, Canada versus Mexico. Canada has been very, very impressive, if not the most impressive team so far during qualifiers, where they are the only unbeaten team left in the octagonal. They picked up a 1-1 draw on the road against Mexico, and in the freezing weather in Edmonton, I'm expecting, these words didn't come out right. In the freezing weather of Edmonton, I'm expecting Canada to defeat Mexico. Yes, you heard me right. Beat the Mexicans, who, I don't know what's going on here, man. I really don't know what's going on. I don't know. This is not the Mexico that beat Germany at the World Cup. This is a Mexican team reminiscent of the one for the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. You see what I mean? That's the Mexican team we're seeing here right now. And Memo Ochoa is talking shit. He better back his talk up. He better back up his mouth, or else he's going to pay for it. You know what I mean? Man in the mirror, Memo Ochoa. So Canada would have out a bunch of mirrors and they'll, you know what I mean, make sure they give Mexico a damn good licking. So Canada 2, Mexico 1. That's my prediction. And there's a longer version of this video on the channel clipped out. So make sure you head on over to the channel and check that one out. We'll definitely appreciate that. All right. So that's it for CONCACAF. Let's just take a quick look at what the octagonal table looks like going into match day 8. And that's it for you right there. The USA on top with 14 points. Mexico second with 14 points. If Canada do get the better of Mexico, Canada would go 2 points ahead of Mexico. And they would be just a point behind the USA still, because I'm predicting the USA to win. Panama would creep up to Mexico's level and might actually push them down to 4th in the playoff spot. That would be crazy if Mexico has to go through the playoffs, right? Costa Rica, in my opinion, will go up to 7 points, will stay 5th. But if all the results happen the way I said they'll happen, there will be a 7-point gap between Costa Rica and Panama and Mexico. That's a big, big gap, man. That's a big gap. Even if you win twice, you still have more catching up to do, because the teams ahead of you might actually pick up points as well. Jamaica are also in a similar situation where if they lose the game against the USA, they could pretty much kiss their World Cup qualifying campaign goodbye, because with 6 games remaining, they would need to get all 18 points, 18 available points, and get a maximum of 24 points, and we damn well know that's not happening. We know that's not happening. That's a known fact. It ain't happening. El Salvador, pretty much the same boat, and Honduras, I think they'll get eliminated pretty soon. If not on Tuesday, they'll be eliminated in January. So that's my thoughts on CONCACAF. Let me know yours in the chat. So big up to everybody. Big up to Chase, Alejandro again, Harando Okana. Yes, I know, but that's a poor excuse. It should have beat Ireland. Okay, you're talking there. Vince Rogers, hell yes, Dom. We the North gonna be mucho frios, amigos. Trent Tiger Games in the house. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? How are you doing? What else we got here? Maple syrup versus tacos. What a showdown. So what else we got here? Big up to everybody in here, man. How about Serbia slapping Portugal? We will be talking about that very soon, and we're gonna go through each and every confederation. We've been doing well. 23 minutes. We already wrapped up 2. Big up to the boy Adam the Great. Adam, bro, you were on point with the Serbian thing, and it actually ended up happening, man. Wow, what a game! What a game! What a game! So let us move on. Let us move on quickly, and we're going to talk about CONMEBOL. Let's go. CONMEBOL, CONMEBOL, CONMEBOL. And, yeah, CONMEBOL. I should actually have some nice, you know, salsa music in the background, right? But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? We ain't got the salsa on deck right now, so we're not going to force the issue. You see what I'm saying? With that being said, wheel and come again, DJ. Bring the tune back. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. It's an epic Sunday, and we got an epic tune playing in the background as the song track to this awesome series I'm doing called World Cup Qualifiers Daily with your boy Dominic Rich. All right, so CONMEBOL. Let's talk CONMEBOL predictions for match day 14. All right, match day 14, the September 5th reverse fixtures, basically. All right, so let's scroll right down. Let's get to the games coming up here. 5 matches, Tuesday, November the 16th. Some heavyweight clashes down there in CONMEBOL. All right, let's start with the game between Bolivia, and Uruguay. But wait, you know what, man? Let's not jump the gun. Let's just recap what happened on the last match day. Ecuador defeated Venezuela 1-0. Congrats to Ecuador. They climb in the table and they're getting so close to direct qualification, but it's not done yet. It's very difficult. You need about 6 to 7 more points, 6 to 8, and it's going to be a hard fought 6 to 8 points if you ask me. They might not even get it. Paraguay 0, Chile 1. Big up to Chile, who's been the most resurgent team down in South America. So big up to La Roja. They have been on fire. Red for Roja, red for fire. Brazil 1, Colombia 0. Brazil has been, made to fight for their, the last 2 games against Colombia there, but they did get over the hurdle, courtesy of some Neymar and some Lucas Paqueta magic. Peru 3. Peru, that's a big win over Bolivia, and they continue to climb up the table as well to put the heat, to put the pressure on Colombia, Uruguay, and Chile. Then we had the game between Uruguay and Argentina finishing 1-0 courtesy of a brilliant strike by Angel Di Maria. Some of us have angels. Some of us have demons. So great stuff done by Argentina there. And they are 1 game away from qualifying directly for Qatar 2022, where a lot of people would have Argentina as their favorites to win the thing. The squad is looking really nice under Leo Scaloni, and Lionel Messi still doing his thing, struggling with a bit of injury, but the other guys, man, around him, they're looking really, really good. They're looking good in all departments. So it brings us to match day 14. Bolivia, Uruguay. The last time these 2 teams met, Uruguay defeated Bolivia 4-2 on Uruguayan soil. This is a game that they're going to travel to a very difficult location in La Paz. Uruguay's backs against the wall. Oscar Tabarez has to deliver. He has not been getting good results lately at all, and Uruguay are going through a slump. They are not scoring enough goals. With their back against the wall, and they need to desperately pick up 3 points here, I'm going for them to do the double over Bolivia. It's going to be difficult, but I have a feeling they're going to do it. I won't be shocked as well if Bolivia pick up a win, because in La Paz, these guys are formidable. Uruguay 2, Bolivia 1. Suarez, I don't know where your shooting boots have gone. All the youngsters that's been called up in the team, they got to, get their act going. And the backup brigade around them, guys like Torreira and Vecino and Bentancur and Nandez and all the guys that been around since the 2018 cycle, got to step up. Godin, Jose Maria Jimenez, Muslera, they got to keep the ball out the back of the net, because Uruguay really needs something from this game. I think they're going to win the match 2-1. It brings us to the next game between Venezuela and Peru. Last time around, Peru won 1-0. And I always say, in World Cup qualifiers or in any tournament, whenever you meet Bolivia, whenever you meet Venezuela, you have to win your games. You win your matches against Bolivia and against Venezuela. That's 12 points. Think about it. That is 12 points. You need about 26 to 28 to qualify directly anyways. And if you, let's say 27 to 30. And if you get 12 from those 2 teams, all you need to pick up is a further 16 to 18. You see what I mean? You play, you win your home games, you get draws, and those points will accumulate. That's the key to qualifying to the World Cup from South America. Peru, I'm going for them to get another win, 3-1. That was a big game for them in their last match, and I could see them doing the business again. They beat Bolivia, and I think they're going to beat Venezuela and eliminate Lavino Tinto from World Cup qualifiers. Venezuela has been awful, and they remain the only South American team yet to qualify for a World Cup. Could they do it in 2026, where I think there's 6 places, 6 direct places from South America, and they do get another place into the playoffs. So that could be Venezuela's turn, or maybe they'll be the odd team out again. And Bolivia as well. They haven't made the cut since 1994. So Peru 3, Venezuela 1. Colombia versus Paraguay. 1-1 the last time they met. Colombia, they're a quality team, but they haven't been getting good results, man. They really haven't. And they need a big result here against Paraguay. If Paraguay fails to get anything from this game, I'm afraid they will be eliminated, because you got, what, 4 games left after this, and you only got 12 points. 4 games, that's 12 points. 24 points won't be good enough. And I do think Colombia, with their back against the wall on 16 points, I don't think they'll allow Paraguay to get the better of them on home soil. And I'm going for Colombia to win this game 2-1. It will be close and go up to 19 points. So, according to my predictions so far, Uruguay would also go up to 19 points. Peru would move from 14 to 17 to keep the squeeze on Uruguay and Colombia. Colombia from 16 to 19 points. So the table is going to be very, very, very close. And it brings us to the next game. Chile, Ecuador. If Chile manages to get a win against Ecuador, they go within 1 point. So Ecuador would have 20, Chile would have 19, Colombia 19, Uruguay 19, Peru 17, and those top 7 teams will be vying for 2 direct spots and a playoff spot, and it's gonna be really, really tense going into the final 4 games of CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers. Paraguay, Bolivia, and Venezuela, I'm predicting to be all eliminated after Tuesday's matches. So Chile, Ecuador, last finish 0-0. I'm actually going for a 1-1 draw here. I know Chile has been playing well, but so has Ecuador. And look, but I do fancy Chile on home soil, and I definitely won't be surprised. I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but I won't be surprised if they win a 4th game on the trot to actually go up to 19 points and really put the pressure on Ecuador. And as I said, 5 teams would fight for 2 direct spots and a playoff spot. It's getting really tense in South America. It's getting really tense. It's getting tense. It's getting really intense. So 1-1 draw for me though. Let's see how that one turn out. Remember, it's going to be a Super Tuesday. There's games in CONMEBOL, Africa, Asia, CONCACAF, and Europe. God damn, what a Tuesday we have coming up. It brings us to the big game, Argentina versus Brazil, where the match hosted by Brazil was suspended prematurely, and we don't have any result from, World Cup qualifying this time around between the 2 teams. But the last time they met in the Copa America, Argentina did get the better of Brazil, 1-0 in the final. Could they actually pull it off again? Lionel Messi would be fit to start this game, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be a very difficult game for both Argentina and Brazil. But it's going to be a very, very, very intense match where it's going to be high octane from start to finish. We got to expect some controversial moments in this match as well. There's usually controversial moments in every single South American game. And for this one, though, yeah, I'm going for a 1-1 draw here. I'm really going for a draw. Brazil has been, finding it very difficult to break down teams lately. All their recent games, with the exception of the, let's say, the game against Uruguay, they kind of run riot. But against Colombia twice, they struggled. And the game against Chile back in September, they struggled. And, they've just not been that team that just blow teams out the park every single game. And plus, they've already qualified for Qatar 2022. So I expect them to rotate and experiment and try to strengthen some of their weak points. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. It will take Argentina closer to direct qualification as well. But I'm not going to go for them to qualify directly this time around. If they do win, they just might. They just might actually do so. And if results around the other parks favor an Argentina's direct qualification. So that's my prediction there for CONMEBOL. Guys, what we could do really quick is do something fun, right? So after these games, we could take a look and see who's more likely to qualify based on their fixtures, right? If we take a look at Ecuador really quick, guys. Ecuador, let me share the screen with you that I'm looking at right now, all right? Let me just share this one because I'm not actually, you're not seeing what I'm looking at right now. So let me share what I'm looking at right now and get off of this one. Ecuador, look, Ecuador will play against Chile. And then the final 4 games will be against Brazil. They have Peru, Paraguay, and Argentina. That is very difficult for Ecuador, which means they have to they got to beat Chile. Beat Chile, and then let's see if they get something against Peru and Paraguay. It's going to be very difficult against Argentina and Brazil. We know this. And when they play Peru would also be trying to get points. They're trying to for 3 points. So that game is going to be very difficult on Peruvian soil as well. We don't know the situation that Paraguay are going to find themselves in, but that game, all the games could be very difficult. So Ecuador, they got it stacked up against them. Let's just say that. And to be honest, I think all teams would have it stacked up against them. We look at Chile. They play Ecuador. They got a friendly against Mexico there. Then they have El Salvador as well. But they have Argentina and Brazil to play as well. But that Bolivia fixture would favor the Chileans. But then they have Uruguay. So the thing is, Chile would have to absolutely beat Ecuador and beat Bolivia. That'll take them up to 22 points. Could they get further points against Brazil and Argentina and a back against the wall Uruguay on the final match day, where this game could actually be a deciding game for one of those World Cup spots? It is tough for Chile. For Colombia, let's look at their path. They got to beat Paraguay. They got to beat Paraguay. This could actually get us very close. We could actually see teams needing less points to actually qualify this time around, the way it's close. Peru, Colombia, Argentina, they have Bolivia and Venezuela. This is going to favor Colombia big time. The game against Bolivia and Venezuela could favor them, but you cannot take these teams lightly because we know what happened to Paraguay the last time they met. Venezuela needing 3 points to qualify on the final match day. They lost the game. They lost horribly. So even though on paper it looks like Colombia favorites, you never know what'll happen in these games, man. These teams could be banana peels. So I think Colombia has a very good path there. Paraguay, Peru, Bolivia, Venezuela, all teams they could pick off. Argentina is going to be very difficult. We know that. We know that. We know that. But with 16 points, they have 12 points they could pick up there against those 4 teams, or let's say 8 to 12 points, and they could get close. But it's going to be rough. We look at Uruguay, who are struggling right now. Got to beat Bolivia. Paraguay, Venezuela. These are some quality fixtures here for Uruguay. Peru, they have the easiest path. Uruguay has the easiest path here. Are they going to take advantage and actually pick up maximum points or even 12 points from the remaining games? South American games are very unpredictable, but this looks like if you give Uruguay this path and say, hey, win every game or go unbeaten with winning at least 3, they'll take it. They'll take it. You see what I'm saying? They will take it. It's going to be hard still, but I think they'll take this. They got the easiest path, in my opinion. We look at Peru. They got to play against Venezuela next. They got Colombia, they got Paraguay, Uruguay, and they got Ecuador. So once you don't see Brazil or Argentina there, anything is possible for you. Anything is very possible for you. So they're good. I think they have a good path as well. Paraguay, listen, man. For Paraguay, it would take a lot for them to qualify. Got to beat Colombia. They're on 12 points, remember. Brazil and Ecuador, who's playing well. Uruguay and against Peru. So that is how it is. We're not going to take a look at Bolivia and Venezuela. Those teams are done for, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on CONMEBOL right there. And we're going to wrap that up and move on. So we talked about Africa. We talked about CONCACAF. We talked about CONMEBOL. And let's briefly take a look at what's going on there. And, all right, that's a lot of going back there. What's going on in Asia? Because I'm going to just give you the predictions that I made for Asia really quick. And then we're going to move on. We won't stay long at all. All right, I promise you, we're not staying long in Asia. You could check the channel. There's a video on there from the last live stream we did. Tuesday, November 16th. Just give you the predictions again. All right, I got everything written down, man. It's good to have a book and you write down your thoughts and ideas in. All right. Group A. Group A. Let's start with Lebanon versus UAE. I'm going for 1-1 draw here. Then we have a game between Iraq and Korea Republic. 1-0 to Korea Republic. Syria versus Iran. I'm going for Iran to pick up a narrow 2-1 win. Which brings us to Group B. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia versus Vietnam. 2-0 win to Saudi Arabia. Australia versus China. 3-1 win for Australia. Japan versus Oman. Japan to get their revenge. 2-1 versus a very gritty Omani team. And that's my predictions for Tuesday's games against in Asia, groups A and B. This is what the table looks like so far. Iran and South Korea, stronghold on top of the group there. If they continue playing the way they play, both will qualify directly for the World Cup. Lebanon are looking good for the third place match. They're going to the playoffs. But Iraq are right behind them, UAE are right behind them, and Syria pretty much in the fight still. So all teams are still alive in Asia. But we go to Group B, where you look towards the bottom of the table where Vietnam has no points from their first 5 games. If they lose their next game, it's bye-bye, man. Vietnam will be definitely eliminated. Maybe not mathematically altogether, but, you know what I mean? We could already just say they eliminated, man. You know what I mean? Because when you have Japan and Australia fighting up there for, you know what I mean, second and third, you could pretty much eliminate Vietnam and maybe China. So Saudi Arabia on top of the group, 13 points. A win would, you know, separate them, especially if Australia don't get points against China. But I think Australia will. I think Japan will. And those 3 would continue to scrap it out, where the second leg of those matches where they play against each other could actually be the determining matches in Group B. Oman are 4th. They could also have something to say there. China 5th and Vietnam last. And that does it for Asia. And it brings us to one last confederation, and that's UEFA, guys. One confederation left. UEFA, where we had games from groups D, E, and G today. Big games. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Pardon me. Games from groups A, B, H, and J. God damn. Name, Dom. Name. Alejandro, I have seen about 15 to 20 predictions for the Ecuador-Chile game. Not one has Ecuador winning, only a couple for tying. I hope Ecuador can prove them wrong and make history. Wow. Wow. Chile is really hot these days, though. Do you have a higher hopes for Brazil with their current form like Vinicius, Rafinha, Anthony, Paqueta, and Firmino? Look, man, with Brazil, you never know what you're going to get. You never know. Never know. Who makes it out of the playoffs in UEFA? We don't know, because we don't know all the teams. We don't know. We got to wait. Bring that question back after the international break where we will know. All right, big up to Brandon in the house. What's up? How are you? What else we got there? Mr. Brijesh KC in the house. How are you guys doing? Sebastian Perez. How are you? Everybody in here, how are you doing? Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. We'll definitely appreciate that. Guys, let's get it to 50 thumbs up. We got 50 people in here, only 23 likes. Smash up the thumbs up button, man. You guys could do a lot better than that. So I did miss a super chat. Thank you there, Alejandro. Let me scroll back up. $6.99 Canadian super chat. Thank you there. Appreciate it, Alejandro. It's a good thing I scroll up and double check that, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. He says, if Ecuador beats Chile, I think that will be the end of Chile's run, as they have the hardest last 4 games, in my opinion. Ecuador with the second hardest. And you see, I didn't even see this comment. I don't know if you made it before. I went on my little run of, going over who has the hardest path. But that was, I think we're pretty much on point with that one, though. Gerardo O'Connor, big up to you, man. Big up to everybody in here. Click. Everybody, if you're still in here, make sure you like up the video. We'll definitely appreciate that, man. You guys are the real deal. All right? So thank you very much once again. We're doing well. 46 minutes. We've wrapped up 4 confederations, and we have 1 left. 1 confederation left to knock out. As I mentioned, I don't want to be here all night. I have to go to work early in the morning. I got to wake up about 4:30 or so because I want to get there early because I'm coming back from vacation, and I don't want to get there and they have me in doing nothing dumb. You feel me? I'm a mechanic, guys. I work at the airport. So I don't want to get there and they have some guy doing what I'm supposed to do. You see what I mean? So I want to get up early. I want to get in there. I want to say, give me my shit. And that's what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, at work. Plus, you know what I mean? I've been there for about 8 years, so I don't get to call the shots just yet, but yeah, I'm getting there. You know what I mean? I'm still very young, though. I'm only 34 years old. I started working there when I was about 25, so they still probably look at me at that like that 25-year-old guy, you know what I mean? But I got to get on their ass sometimes. You feel me? So, yeah. With that being said, man, let's go. Let us go. Let us not waste no more time. Let us go into UEFA and let's run through all the groups and all the games. And we got predictions coming up as well for Group C, F, and I. So stick around and support the blood clay thing. Let's do this. Group A. Oh, my fucking God. Pardon my language, but gotta drop an F-bomb for Serbia, though, because Serbia, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Could I say brilliant again? Brilliant. God, team. Oh, man, Serbia. Serbia, man, you deserve it. I didn't predict Serbia to actually qualify for the World Cup. So I like to take the time to apologize to Serbia for not predicting them to make the World Cup because they have proven me wrong. But Portugal, you deserve everything you got. You and the playoffs are a match made in heaven. Because I don't know what Fernando Santos is doing. I really don't know what kind of decisions he's making. And, it's like when you have too much money and you're not good with money, you tend to buy dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty much Fernando Santos with the Portuguese squad. He has way too many options. He don't even know what to do. Way too many top star players don't know what to do. And it's not necessarily the best team on paper that wins, because you could have all these stars and there's no cohesiveness. There's a whole lot of ego and all of that in the dressing room, and one player thinks he's better than the other and things like that. You got that going on. You got a player playing for Man City, you got a player playing for Man United, you got a player playing for Sporting, you got one playing for Porto, you got one playing for Benfica. So it's all that back and forth thing, I think, probably going on with this Portuguese team. Probably some politics. The 11 that I saw they put out against Ireland, it's stupid. You see what I'm saying? It's stupid. Damn stupid. Anyways, and Ronaldo has not stepped up to the plate when it's necessary this time around. But you got to give it to him for what he's done in the past, though. But forget about freaking Portugal. They're in the playoffs, man, where they actually deserve to be. Because they played around in the game against Serbia. I know they should have won the first game, right? But Serbia lucked out. Serbia lucked out in terms of goal line technology failing there. But it is what it is. You should have won. You should have scored more. You see what I'm saying? And you should have not conceded twice in the game as well. So it is what it is. It happened how it's supposed to happen. And then they struggled twice against the Republic of Ireland. They even struggled in a game against Luxembourg. So a lot of us seen this coming, even though we didn't predict them to go through the playoffs. But we seen it coming. We are not surprised, Portugal. We are just shocked. We are just shocked that Serbia did so well. Big up to Serbia, man. Big up to Blood Cleat Serbia. Seriously. They proved me wrong, and I like to be proven wrong because, whenever I'm being proven wrong, it means that something good happens and something, miraculous happened. Yeah, trust that. So Portugal 1, Serbia 2. Renato Sanchez in the second minute. And that was a controversial goal where there was a foul in the build-up, and maybe it should have been chalked off. But who knows? Maybe because Portugal are a big gun, the referee said, whatever, man, we're giving Portugal the goal. I don't know. I don't know what the instructions were from UEFA and FIFA. I don't know. I'm just saying. But Serbia continued to defy the odds. After going behind, they were the more dominant team for the entire game. I can't remember Portugal getting another clear-cut opportunity. I don't even know who's in goal for freaking Serbia. Seriously. That's how much of a, easy game he had. Rajkovic, I don't know who he is. Predrag Rajkovic, he hardly had anything to do. Hardly. He could have taken out a newspaper and chill out. He could have wrote a novel in goal. He wasn't that busy. But you know who was busy? Rui Patricio, and that shot by Dusan Tadic, he should have saved it. Dusan Vlahovic did hit the base of the post as well. And Serbia was just peppering Portugal, man. 11 shots, 3 on target, 2 in the back of the net. And that goal by Alexander Mitrovic, 90th minute settings. Mitrovic off the bench. You got to give it to Dragan Stojkovic here because it's a masterclass. First, by not starting Mitrovic and playing the inform man. I know Mitrovic is in form, but the man who's in form in Syria and been in form all in 2021, Dusan Vlahovic, the hottest striker on the block right about now in terms of new kids on the block, right? And you have Mitrovic to come off the bench. You have Luka Jovic to come off the bench as well. And you have a bunch of other guys like Nemanja Radonic to come off the bench, and it worked out. It definitely worked out because that ball that was put in by Dusan Tadic. Listen, Tadic, bro, I know you're playing for Ajax. I no disrespect to Ajax, bro, but Tadic, you should be playing for one of these big clubs, bro. I know Ajax is a big club, but you know what I mean. In one of them top leagues. You should be playing for City, bro. I'm going to sign you up. I'm going to call Pep Guardiola tomorrow and tell him to sign you up ASAP because I'm telling you, bro, that ball had all kind of devils on it, man, because how that got to the back post there for Mitrovic to head in and nobody marking him as well, that was absolutely ridiculous, man. Mitrovic to divert that header. If you wanted anybody else underneath that ball, it was Alexander Mitrovic. It was Mitrovic. And the Serbians went wild because at that point they knew they had won the game. That was absolutely brilliant. You look at the star-studded team that Portugal has there. It didn't count for anything. It count for nothing on the day. João Felix, 100 mil. Bruno Fernandes, almost $100 million. Andre Silva, Ruben Neves, João Paulinho, big names. Cristiano who? Cristiano Ronaldo crying at the end of the game. João Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself. Man City players, I don't care. Y'all need to be ashamed. Bernardo Silva, all of y'all. You were poor on the day. Jota, all of y'all were garbage on the day. But let's not take anything away from Serbia. Serbia outplayed, definitely outplayed Portugal. They showed them up big time. Showed them up big time, man. You see what I mean? Showed them up big time. So congratulations to Serbia once again. They qualify directly for Qatar. No playoff thing. They're not in a no play thing. You see what I'm saying? And Portugal would now have to go into the playoffs where they would be one of the seeded teams. And you never know, because you don't want to get a team like Austria. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to get Austria. If Switzerland goes through, you don't want... If Switzerland get into the playoffs, you don't want Switzerland. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm not really putting together the teams right now, because I might be saying that some of the teams are actually ranked close to each other and they can't play each other. So it is what it is, though. But look, that is it. Let's just take a look at the results really quick so you get a visual of the results, so you could know for sure. Yes, it happened. It happened. Serbia 2, Portugal 1. And the Republic of Ireland 3, Luxembourg 0. So in that game, Republic of Ireland scored in the 67th minute, Shane Duffy. And then Chedozie Ogbene. Ogbene was really, really good against Portugal, by the way. He scored in the 75th minute. And then Colm Robinson, the 88th minute, to give the Republic of Ireland a good win, where, you know, they end their World Cup qualifying campaign respectably, not losing any of their last 5 games. But overall, I expected them to compete, but they didn't. So Serbia, once again, proved me wrong. And I apologize, man. But enough with the apologies. We got to move on. Congrats, Serbia. Let's see what you do at the World Cup. Back-to-back World Cups, man. Back-to-back World Cups for Serbia. That's big. That is huge. That is humongous. So, you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? We got to drop something for Serbia, though. We definitely got to drop one of these guys. Cover your ears. That's for Serbia. They deserve it. So, Group B. Let's talk Group B. Oh, man. Spain. Congratulations to Spain. Congrats to Spain, as Spain have qualified for the World Cup directly as predicted, though. I did predict this. Sweden looked good. They looked good, but they wasn't able to keep the momentum going. Losing to Greece, losing to Georgia. Like, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable to lose to these teams. And no disrespect to Greece, no disrespect to Georgia, but you just can't lose to these teams when you have crunch games like this. You see what I'm saying? And Sweden, they deserve to be where they're at right now. They're still in contention to qualify for the World Cup. But look, you make it hard for yourselves. I think Sweden just loves to do things the hard way, right? And as I mentioned, you Google, you put in the hard way in Google, you'll get Sweden as well. Just search the hard way. Sweden would pop up because that's what they love to do. You see what I mean? That is exactly what they love to do, and they go into the playoffs again. The playoffs is not anything new for Sweden, right? Because if we go from recent memory, let's not go too far back and confuse ourselves. Let's go from recent memory in the 2018 World Cup cycle, where they got into the playoffs and they played against the seeded team, Italy. And Italy, it was no problem for them. They prevented Italy from qualifying for the World Cup. And Sweden could definitely be the same once again. What if Portugal gets Sweden? What if they get Sweden? You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing you gotta actually think about. Let me just double check the FIFA rankings right now to see what are the possible matchups that we could possibly we could have right now. So we check UEFA, right? We check UEFA. Portugal are ranked 8th. They will be seeded. There's the Netherlands. They might get into the playoffs too. Who knows? Switzerland. Well, Portugal will avoid Switzerland, I think. I think they'll avoid Switzerland. They might just avoid Sweden as well. So yeah, they might just avoid Sweden. I think they'll avoid Sweden because Sweden is ranked very high these days. North Macedonia. Then there's actually Scotland. There's Turkey and Norway. There's Russia. There's Austria. There's the Czech Republic. There's Ukraine. Those teams could actually be unseeded going into the draw. So that's just a glimpse of what could actually happen. Just something brief. So, yeah, Sweden, they'll avoid. They won't be playing against a team like Portugal or one of the big guns. They'll actually get a smaller team to, play against. So who knows? They might just qualify. But nothing's guaranteed right about now. But Spain won, Sweden 0. I did talk about these games during the watch along already, so I'm not going to get too deep into this. You could go check out the reactions on the channel. We'll definitely appreciate that. But well done by Spain. I think Sweden were actually, the better of the two teams in the final third in terms of creation. They didn't have a lot of the balls, but Forsberg, he was very wasteful on the day, man. He had some great opportunities and didn't take the chances. A few bad touches as well. Zlatan came on, didn't do anything. Alexander Isak didn't show up, on the day in the land where he plied his trade. And it was just a very, poor last few games for the Swedes. Alvaro Morata came off the bench to tap in a ball off the post after Dani Olmo's strike, almost went in. That was a brilliant ball strike by Dani Olmo. Spain would have gone through with a draw anyways. And Sweden, they were squandering their chances. So I think Spain do deserve to go through. They lost to Sweden, but they fought back well, and they pick up the necessary results that, require them to actually qualify directly to Qatar. 19 points, and the 2010 champions are back to vie for the biggest title in world sport, arguably. So hard luck to the Swedes. They go into the playoffs. Greece, they actually come in third. Good try for Greece there. They drew their game against Kosovo 1-1. Georgios Moussouras in the 44th minute. Amir Rahmani in the 76th. And for Kosovo, they perform respectably. They come in last in the group. Georgia playing spoil sport there to Sweden. They finish on 7 points where they picked up 2 wins. And look out for the name Kvaratskhelia and Tiashatvili, I think his name is. Those guys are quality players, man. Quality players. I think they both have like long hair. Long hair that's, bangs that's coming over their eyes and things like that. Weird looking dudes, right? You see what I'm saying? Napoleon Dynamites in that Georgian team. So, look, that is it for Group B. It's been decided. Congratulations to Spain. And Luis Enrique, he was actually jumping and celebrating and hugging up the players and everything. It means a lot to him because as, a newly appointed manager, like recently appointed manager, after there was musical chairs after Lopetegui gave up the job and a few other managers were in charge. He took charge. He had a spell out because I think his daughter ended up dying, if I'm not mistaken. And he went through a lot, man. He went through a lot. So congrats to Luis Enrique. And, it's a lot of strength for him to come back and manage this team and not walk away. And did what he did at the Euros, in the Nations League, and now taking Spain to yet another World Cup. So congrats there. Jan Anderson and Sweden, you have to do it the hard way. It brings us to a big group here. A big group. This is a huge group. But before we do get into this, big up to Dave Valensky for dropping the $4.99 super chat. Do appreciate that. It would be weird to have a Cristiano Ronaldo free World Cup. It could happen now. Indeed it can. Indeed it can, man. Indeed it can. And let's hope it does not happen, though. I want to see Ronaldo at the World Cup. You feel me? It would be weird, man. It would be weird without Portugal, man. Seriously. It would be weird without Portugal. But if they don't, they deserve what they get. Seriously, man. Adam the Great, Sweden and Croatia loves the playoff. They love to do it the hard way. Big up to Karumi in the house. Sweden get goals, but they flop. Definitely they've gone cold in the last couple of games. Maybe it's because of Zlatan's presence in the freaking dressing room. Who knows? Maybe they need to say, you know what, Zlatan, we were doing great without you. You know what? I think we're gonna try doing it without you this time again. You're not gonna get a call up for the playoffs. Sorry, Zlatan. I don't think that's gonna happen, but maybe they need to make that call. But Sweden might just qualify, and we'll get to see Zlatan at the World Cup. I think Zlatan only made it to one World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Or I can't remember, but we're not going to bust our brains on that right about now. So, big up to the boy Mike, who always come in and join the streams when he's on his way to work, who says, if Finland qualifies to the playoffs and draw with Portugal, my household might get quiet for a while before the match. Yeah, because your girlfriend is Portuguese. She's pissed off. You are happy that that Finland actually are in with a chance. I got to take my time to qualify. They play France, but they will hoping that Bosnia and Ukraine, draw their games. Because I think Finland has a good goal difference right now. Let's double check Finland's goal difference. Finland has a +2 goal difference. Yep. Finland would need to not lose badly against... They need to not lose badly against France, though. If they do lose to France, they need to not lose badly. Or they need Bosnia to win. If Bosnia win, they could lose 7-0. You see what I'm saying? They could pull a Kazakhstan and lose 8-0. But if if Ukraine wins their game, then Finland would need to draw or to win. But even if they draw, Ukraine might surpass them on goal difference. Back against the wall for Ukraine, they have to deliver. Finland, they have to hope. And they have to go out there and play their hearts out as well. So that's what's going on in Group D there. We will touch on it briefly. But let's start Group C. Let us start Group C. We do have groups H and J to touch on, right? But let's go down alphabetically. Let's go alphabetical order. Let's run down UEFA alphabetical order. Let me double check the time. 1 hour, 8 minutes. We won't want to go too long. So let's just, talk these groups. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get it happen. Let's make it happen. So Group C situation. Italy, 15 points. Switzerland, 15 points. +11 goal difference for Italy. +9 goal difference for Switzerland. Northern Ireland, third, 8 points. Bulgaria, fourth, 8 points. Lithuania, last. They're done. They have no more games left. 3 points, right? Thank you for coming, Lithuania. Right? Maybe if it was basketball, you would have been on top of the group. But look, Italy needs to win against the Northern Ireland. But they need to win well. A 2-0 win would take them up to +13 goal difference on 18 points. And it would need for Switzerland to win by a margin of 4 goals to catch up to them. And if Switzerland manages to do that, then it would be really tight. It would be really tight, really, really tight, where Switzerland might just actually clinch it on head-to-head, right? Because they picked up draws, you know what I mean? We don't know what, we're not going to get too complicated. But I'm pretty sure if we check the UEFA website right now, we could get a little article on what each team needs, and I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna refer to that briefly because I think we need that. I think we need that right now to know for sure what the teams need. All right. So this is how it is. This is official from the UEFA website, right? Group C, Italy, 7 games, 15 points. Switzerland, 7 games, 15 points. Switzerland versus Bulgaria, Northern Ireland versus Italy. Italy and Switzerland are already confirmed as top 2. Italy lead Switzerland on goal difference and on goals scored, right? They are ahead of Monday's deciders. They are ahead. If things finish the way they are right now, Italy will qualify directly. Switzerland will get the playoff. If the two teams finish level on goal difference and on goals scored, Switzerland would finish first on head-to-head, like I was saying, on the away goals as they drew 0-0 at home and to the Azzurri 1-1 in Rome, like I was mentioning, but I just needed to actually clarify that. So we could actually see a situation happening where Italy win, but they don't win big, but Switzerland pick up a big win against Bulgaria and take the direct spot. What do I, Dominic, think is going to happen? What do I think is going to happen? I think that's what you guys want to hear. What do I think is going to happen? Let's just scroll down to the matches so that we get a visual here. Northern Ireland, Italy, Switzerland, Bulgaria. Guys, a couple mornings ago, I woke up and I forgot I was saying, did Bulgaria get banned from qualifiers? I didn't remember Bulgaria even was in this group, to be honest. And they've been very quiet, though. They did pick up a draw against Italy. Switzerland has them to thank for that. But in terms of my prediction, I am going to go for Italy to beat Northern Ireland 2-0. We know the Italian team does not concede a lot of goals. They also do not score a lot of goals. There's been instances where they have scored a lot of goals, like at the Euros, but the Northern Ireland team at home is going to be very gritty in Belfast. But they won't win. Switzerland will be hoping, though, that Northern Ireland score a few goals and Italy may win the game by 1 goal and their goal difference affected. And Switzerland will be hoping that they blow Bulgaria out the park. I think Italy would win 2-0 against Northern Ireland. And for Switzerland at home against Bulgaria, I do think they will also win the game, but they will win the match 3-1. That would only add +2 to their goal difference and put in Italy ahead on goal difference, and hence Italy would qualify directly for the World Cup after missing the 2018 event via the playoffs versus Sweden. Italy, for me, makes the cut. Roberto Mancini, after lifting the Euros with the Azzurri, would be back at the World Cup. It would be a disaster. It would be PTSD if they manage to find themselves in the playoffs again. They will avoid a Sweden, I think. Yeah, they will avoid Sweden. But you have these teams around like North Macedonia that's very, very, ambitious, with guys like Ines Bardi and Ilif Elmas and these guys there, Alioski and Ristovski. You don't really want to play them. You don't want to play them guys right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't. So Italy would want to avoid the playoffs at all costs and just qualify directly for the World Cup like I predicted. So I'm going for Italy to qualify directly, Switzerland to get the playoff spot. And those are my final predictions for Group C. Guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Big up to the girl, A-Bob in the house, man. Ole out. I have a feeling Italy may struggle against Northern Ireland while Switzerland could destroy Bulgaria. Let's see what happened, man. Big up to Tom Ford, who says, everyone like the stream. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. There's about, 16 minutes to midnight. Let's try to get it wrapped up before midnight. I don't think I'll be able to do that, but, I have to wake up early in the morning, though. So big up to everybody in the house right now. Font is very poor, defended loose. Big up to CR7 who's in here with us. Sorry, bro. I know it's not the real CR7, but you know, big up to everybody. Herando O'Connor, big up to you. Sebastian Perez, everybody. Rui Dasu, Hui Kim, Karumi. Who else we got in here? Michael in the house. Guys, go check out Michael Talks Football. If you love the World Cup stuff, Mike is on his way to 1,000 subs. Get him there. Michael Talks Football. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's continue. Let's continue. All right. So, let's scroll down. Let's scroll down and talk Group D briefly. Briefly, we'll do Group D more in depth tomorrow, where we'll prepare for Super Tuesday. Today was Super Sunday, Super Tuesday. Group D, France qualified for the World Cup. Congratulations. While Finland and Ukraine are fighting for that playoff spot. Bosnia eliminated with that loss to Finland, and Kazakhstan already eliminated. We'll get into that a little bit more next time around, which brings us to Group E. Same thing. Group E pretty much decided, where Belgium qualified directly. Wales and the Czech Republic have clinched a place into the playoffs via the group and the Nations League. Either or. Either or. They will get into the playoffs. Estonia, Belarus, the odd teams out. Group F. Denmark officially qualifying. They're still unbeaten in the group. Scotland have clinched a place into the playoffs. Last making it to the World Cup back in 1998. So all the best to Scotland. They're going to be a very difficult team to beat. That's a team. That's another team you don't want to really meet in the playoffs, man. Scotland, man. See what I'm saying? They have those swashbuckling left backs like Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney. You don't want to meet these guys. You don't want to come up against Shea Adams and Lyndon Dykes and all of them guys, man. And Stuart Armstrong and John McGinn. These guys are rough. You don't want to play against these guys. You see what I mean? So all the best to Scotland. Austria are also in the playoffs via the Nations League. Austria, a team you want to avoid too. You never know. They're very, very mercurial. Israel, they look good for a second, but they miss out. Faroe Islands and Moldova also miss out. Brings us to Group G. Group G. We'll talk about this one some more tomorrow. Let's leave this one for Super Tuesday. All right? Where Monday night we'll talk about that. Netherlands, Turkey, and Norway scrapping it out for that direct spot still. Either one of these teams could qualify directly for the World Cup, where if Norway beats Netherlands, they go into the World Cup. If Turkey fails to beat Montenegro, or if they get a draw. So it's in the balance. We talk some more about it. I don't want to give that away. I want to give that away too much. You see what I mean? And we talk about Group H, but let's skip Group H for now and talk about Group I. Because Group I, we're not going to talk long about Group I. England play San Marino. They would qualify tomorrow. I'm hoping to do a watch along in the afternoon for those games as well. And for the big game between Switzerland and Bulgaria, Italy and Northern Ireland. And we'll have the other games, you know, updating and so on and so forth. So we're going to have a World Cup qualifier tomorrow. We're going to have a team qualifying for the World Cup tomorrow in one of Italy or Switzerland. So we got to keep tabs on that one for sure. Definitely got to keep tabs on that one. And we're going to have England qualifying tomorrow as well. Got to definitely keep tabs on that one as well. We don't know if San Marino are going to pull an upset here and allow Poland to take over. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? We don't know. But look, I got to make predictions for Group I, and I got to give you predictions for Group F. So I did skip Group F. I was like, I don't know why I went to Group F without giving you guys predictions, you know. So let's not jump the gun. Let me give you quick predictions for Group F here, guys. And they're all dead rubbers anyways. So Group F, quick predictions, guys. Israel 3, Faroe Islands 1, Austria 4, Moldova 0, Scotland to pick points off Denmark in a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I said it. Denmark might actually rotate. Who knows? They might take it serious and go out there to beat Scotland. But I'm going for a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw there in that game. Denmark to drop their first points of the World Cup qualifiers to disappoint me some more in that aspect. And it brings us to the Group I predictions. Let's make some quick predictions for Group I, and then we'll finish off today's stream. We're talking about Group H, where Croatia has qualified, and Group J, where North Macedonia has made it into the playoffs. So Group I, let's scroll down. I'm going to go for San Marino to beat England 6-0. Nah, it's the other way around. 6-0 for England over San Marino. Expect a lot of rotation. Maybe Aaron Ramsdale will get a starting goal, or Sam Johnstone, or they would play a half each. Expect a lot of rotation in this match for sure, for sure. Trent Alexander-Arnold might actually get a start in this game in midfield. So Albania 4, Andorra 1, Poland 2, Hungary 1. Poland into the playoffs. England qualify for the World Cup, in my opinion. And I think that's going to happen. That's pretty easy, right? So it brings us to, look, we're going to talk about Croatia last. Let's talk about the fact that Qatar drew to Azerbaijan, right? Look at Qatar's form here. 2-2 to Azerbaijan, 4-0 to Serbia, 4-0 to Ireland, 3-0 to Portugal, 1-1 against Luxembourg, losing 3-1 to Portugal, 4-0 again to Serbia, 1-1. They did beat Azerbaijan and Luxembourg at the beginning. It has been a horror show of a World Cup warm-up campaign for Qatar. Horrible, horrible, horrible. 10 games where they have been completely destroyed. And they should be distraught after that experimental run in Europe there. You got a lot of work to do, Qatar. So, Group J, guys. Group J. Let's just touch on the Group J matches really quick, where Germany have officially qualified. We knew that already. Congratulations to Germany. The only blemish is that loss against North Macedonia. And Joachim Löw had to go. He just had to go. But North Macedonia, with that win against Germany, is in the playoffs. That's the reason why they're in the playoffs. You take that win away, they end on 15 points. Romania gets it. It was really sad to see Romania win the game against Liechtenstein, and the players couldn't even celebrate like they wanted to, because news, obviously, they had come in and they were actually probably most likely keeping tabs on the other game, and they miss out on the playoffs by 1 point. So we scroll down to the results there. Iceland, I have to say, really looked good towards the back end of their World Cup qualifying campaign there. And they almost played spoilsport under there for North Macedonia. But they did, however, play spoilsport to Romania. So you could see Iceland there. Look, 1-1 against Armenia. They picked up a 4-0 win against Liechtenstein. 0-0 against Romania. That helped out North Macedonia big time. And they almost give North Macedonia a big scare when they equalize in that game. So let's just talk quickly about the fixtures and the results. The results, I should say, not the fixtures. So, look. North Macedonia 3, Iceland 1. Exgan Alioski in the 7th minute. Brilliant goal, man. Brilliant goal from a tight angle. But then John Dagor, Porteson, however you say his name, whatever that letter is, he equalized in the 54th minute. But then Ilif Elmas, the poster boy of North Macedonian football. What I've been hearing is that Ilif Elmas is big in North Macedonia, man. He's huge. And he scored in the 65th minute. And then Isaac Johannesson, an 18-year-old defender, got sent off in the 79th minute. And then Ilif Elmas sealed the deal for North Macedonia in the 86th minute. Brilliant stuff. They dominated the match. 19 shots at goal, 7 on target, 57% of the ball, comparing to Iceland's 5 shots at goal, 1 on target. it's so sad to see how Iceland have declined, but I think they're trying to rebuild. They're really trying to rebuild because their squad was very experienced. It was up there in age, and a lot of these guys have retired to go on to, you know, make movies and get themselves in trouble and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Guilty. So, you know, North Macedonia, brilliant. Congratulations to them. The first time they have ever made it to the playoff round for European qualifiers, and I really hope they make it. I hope they do, because I want to see a debutant at the World Cup, and North Macedonia could definitely be that debutant we want to see at the World Cup. So congratulations to North Macedonia, and big up to all their players, and of course the coach Blagoja Milevski. All right, looks like a serious dude. So we're going to move on to the next game in Group J here. We had Germany beating Armenia 4-1. Kai Havertz in the 15th minute. İlkay Gundogan in the 4th minute of first half, extra time from the penalty spot. He scored again in the 50th minute. Henrik Mkhitaryan from the penalty spot in the 59th. And Jonas Hoffmann in the 64th. Dominant performance as expected by Germany. And I didn't expect anything else. Nothing else. And they still put out a very strong team as well. They absolutely do not care. Ter Stegen did get a chance in goal. Ginter, Ta, all these guys got to run out. Neuhaus, Raum, and, you know, the other guys pretty much, you know, staples in the 11, though. So Riddleback, got another run out. Nice to see him. Lucas Mecha, Julian Brandt, and Maximilian Arnold earned a recall and got a run out. Bernd Leno, I don't know, man. I feel bad for Bernd Leno, but maybe he'll get some game time in some friendlies next year. So, well done to Germany, finishing off the group clinically there, and they will be going to Qatar. So, hopefully for them, they don't repeat what happened in Russia 2018. For Romania, though, they did what they had to do, and they beat Liechtenstein 2-0. Dennis Mann in the 77th minute, and Nikosor Banchu in the 87th. Nikolai Stanchu did miss a penalty in this game, I could remember, but Romania had 38 shots at goal, 17 shots at target. They only managed to score 2. This is ridiculous, right? So you're telling me the goalkeeper made 15 saves? Wow. The goalkeeper for Liechtenstein should be given the Ballon d'Or or the Yashin Award. Benjamin Buchel, take a freaking bow. Take a bow. You deserve the Ballon d'Or, though. You know, brilliant stuff. But look, it didn't matter if they beat Liechtenstein 38-0. They still wouldn't have qualified for the playoffs. So that does it for Group J. Congrats to Germany and congrats to North Macedonia for getting into the playoffs. Which brings us, guys, to the last group, Group H. Oh, man. Congratulations. Croatia. Congratulations to Croatia. They proved me wrong where I predicted them to make the playoffs but qualify for the World Cup. But Croatia said they don't want... Matter of fact, they said, me no want to do things the hard way this time around, man. Me no want to do that. But back to all my Croatian peoples watching this right about now. Look, they didn't want to do things the hard way. And they were the better team on the day. They ground out the result. And courtesy of an own goal by the big Russian defender, they were able to clinch a place in Qatar directly. I know there's a party going on in Zagreb still in the wee hours of the morning, and they have all right to celebrate. Fyodor Kudryashov, own goal in the 81st minute, devilish ball into the box by Borna Sosa. It skipped past everyone, and the on-Russian defender, a little too overzealous, shinned it past the impressive Russian goalkeeper Safonov, who couldn't keep it out the back of the net. and Croatia prevailed. Croatia more dominant of the two teams. My big surprise, I'm surprised though. I didn't realize that Dominic Livakovic is now the number 2 goalkeeper for Croatia. It slipped me because I have to admit that I wasn't watching the Croatian matches because, like, you know, I'm not going to watch Croatia play against Malta and Cyprus. You see what I mean? I expect them to beat those teams. And the Croatian team has not been so exciting lately. Seriously. Their matches are very boring, but this one definitely far from boring. You know, but they have a good bit of talent coming through, like Josip Stanisic, Josko Vardial. You have the likes of Bona Sosa. And the list goes on, man. The list goes on. Not going to get into all the names right now. And Josip Juranovic played really well in the game. Vlasic, I think, had a tough game. Pasalic and Kramaric had a tough game too. But the mainstays of Modric, Brozovic, and Perisic were absolutely imperious. And you got to give it to Lovren. He did a good job in defense today. So congrats to Croatia. Hard luck to Russia, who did put out a good effort, but I think they had a negative approach in the game where they didn't show much urgency, knowing that they only needed a draw. So Valery Karpin and his boys would have to do it the hard way via the playoffs, and they'll be a gritty outfit to face as well. Let's see what happened, but Croatia, they would be very relieved that they don't have to go into the playoffs to, you know, go through that next year. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. So I feel bad for the teams going into the playoffs, the ones that expected to qualify directly. But for the ones that a playoff spot is the utmost, you know, best achievement they could have possibly wished for, congrats to those teams. You know what I'm saying? Like a Czech Republic, a Scotland, and Austria, North Macedonia, Wales. You know, those teams comes to mind right now. So Finland, you know, or Ukraine could get one of those spots. You feel me? So congratulations to Croatia. 23 points, 1 point ahead of Russia. And they qualified directly. Remember, last World Cup, they were the runners-up. They came third on their debut in 1998. They have only missed the World Cup in 2010 since, you know, they've been participating as an independent nation there. So congratulations. I think they might have been independent for the 94 World Cup, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, but well done. Hard luck to Russia. Slovakia, poor. Slovenia, poor. Cyprus and Malta, even worse. Better luck next time. But there were other games in the group that we have to touch on briefly there. So let's do that. Let's do that. Malta 0, Slovakia 6. Albert Rusnak in the 6th minute and the 16th. Then we had a red card. Well, Andre Duda did score in the 7th minute as well. So they were 3-0 up very, very early. And there were 2 red cards in the game for Malta. Ryan Kamenzuli in the 46th and Teddy Teuma in the 50th. And then Andre Duda converted his hat-trick. Well, he picked up a hat-trick, I should say, by scoring in the 69th and 80th minute. And Vernon Malachi in the 71st minute. 6-1, but a little too late for Slovakia there, though. Training situation there. Little too late. Slovenia picked up a 2-1 win over Cyprus with Miha Zajc scoring in the 48th minute. And he had Adam Sharon in the 84th and Andronikos Koukalis in the 89th minute for Cyprus. And those games were all dead rubbers in the grand scheme of things. So Group H is wrapped up. Group J is wrapped up. We have Group I to wrap up tomorrow. We have Group G to wrap up on Super Tuesday. We have Group I, well, not Group I, pardon me. Group F to wrap up tomorrow as well. Group E to wrap up on, I think on Tuesday. We're going to wrap up Group E, if I'm not mistaken. Dead rubbers, though. All dead rubbers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's Tuesday, right? Yep, Tuesday. And Group D, Tuesday. Very interesting group still. Group C to wrap up tomorrow. Group B, done. And Group A, of course, done. So, 1 hour, 34 minutes. Pretty brilliant stuff by your boy Dom Demo, bro. I haven't seen you around here in a long time, bro. God damn, Demo. You abandoned the thing, bro. And don't tell me you listening in the background. You abandoned the thing. Big up to Dave Valensky here. Thank you very much for the $1.99 super chat. And dropping the Russian flag with the sad face there. If you're a Russian fan, bro, hard luck, bro. Hard luck. John Burns, $2 Canadian. Germany only beat Liechtenstein 9-0. Were they ill? That's a big score line, though. That's a big score line. You know, I think Germany didn't want to embarrass them and, take it into double figures, where we didn't have any double figures during the current rounds. In the preliminaries, I think Japan beat a team 13-0 and Iran beat somebody 14-0. So that did happen. And John Burns, thanks again. We'll see Qatar's work in the World Cup next year. Woo! You got an inside scoop there on what Qatar is actually going to do next year, huh? I see. So just seeing if I missed any super chat there. All right, I didn't. So thanks to everybody who dropped super chats in today's live stream there. Appreciate it. So, yeah, man. Guys, I'm about to get up out of here. 12:06 a.m. I'm tired. I'm feeling it in my back right now. You guys know it's the third live stream that I've done today. I'm the hardest working man on YouTube right now. We got 47 likes. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream, guys. And big up to everybody who tuned in, man. Big up to you, El Maben. Shout out. Harando O'Connor. Noob Master 69. Mr. Sebastian Ujoa Perez. Nice to see you in here. You've been in here for a long time. Home of Juve. Nice to see you, bro. John Burns, man. Thank you very much. Adam the Great. Thanks for being a member of the channel. Livakovic was not on form, so Gerbic got 2 starts. Yeah, Gerbic doesn't look too bad at all. He doesn't look like his name says. Garbage. He doesn't look like garbage. Oh, man. Go run in the house, man. Sydney football in the house as well. Big up to you guys, man. Tomford, CR7. I'm giving shout outs to all of y'all. Joey Zyla, Zahir, Aswad, Mirza. Who else is in here right now? Who else is in here? Big up to Karumi Hui in the house. Who else we got in here, man? Who else we got? I think that's about it. That is about it. Big up to Mr. Chan here. Fabrice, thank you very much for tuning in. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Dom. I gotta go to sleep now, man. I gotta go to sleep. You know what I mean? Yeah, my back hurts. Oh my God. Woo! Guys, we'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow again. Watch along tomorrow. 2:30. My wife's gonna hate me for all of this, but you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. We signed up to be together for a long time, right? So, but guys, I gotta wake up in about 4.5 hours. So let me go get some sleep to add to the hour and a half I got before this live stream. But I had to whip up a few thumbnails. I still have a lot of work to do. The work on this channel is endless. It's just endless work. Where it's a one-man show. Do have some guests from time to time, but it's all me doing the work, man. The research, the designs, the talking. You see what I'm saying? It's just all me, and it's very difficult. That's why I need my peoples like Demo to come on to come support the stream more often. You see what I mean? Come on, Demo. I know where you be hanging out. I know where your loyalty is. Got my eye on you, bro. See what I'm saying? I got my eye on you. Anyways, big up to AD744 for the continued support. Guys, don't forget you could check out the Discord server. Link in the description box. Thank you to Manscaped for being a part of the streams all throughout October and, the back end of October and early November. And thank you. Appreciate it. Guys, head on over to manscaped.com. Who are the best in below the waist grooming. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich, not FC, to get yourself 20% off. Free shipping. worldwide. Trust me, your balls would thank you. All right, so Demo, I was on your watch along, bro. I didn't see you, bro. I was always watching in the background. I don't need you in the background, though. I need you in the foreground. See what I'm saying? I need you like you be over on Coppish. That's the Demo I need. That's the Demo I need. Anyways, guys, from your boy Dom, thanks for tuning in. Until later. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.